The Raiders might have trimmed their roster to 53, shuffled guys to the practice squad, and given fans the illusion that things had settled, but this period before week 1 is never really quiet. Rosters are never locked in, moves are still being made, trades are still on the table, and players are still being cut or claimed. For the Raiders, this is the moment where culture gets cemented. The message from the top is loud and clear. Bring a chip on your shoulder, bring toughness, and prove you belong. The first major sign of that came with the announcement of team captains. The locker room vote wasn't close. Max Crosby commands. The defense, Geno Smith owns the offense, and AJ Cole runs special teams. Those patches on the jersey aren't just for show. Captains are the voice of the team. They make the calls on penalties, walk to midfield for the coin toss, and act as the link between the locker room and the coaches. More than that, they set the tone for the franchise. With Crosby, Smith, and Cole carrying those roles, Pete Carroll couldn't have asked for a stronger leadership triangle. Even in his press conference, Carroll let it slip. He's not here to play nice with Andy Reid, Sean Payton, or anyone else in the AFC West. He's here to beat them. That's the culture shift Raider Nation has been waiting for. Roster adjustments also show how serious this staff is about retooling. Safety Tristan McCollum was claimed off waivers from the Eagles. At 6'3", 195, and with 14 games of experience from Philadelphia's Super Bowl run, McCollum isn't just another body, he's someone who's seen playoff speed and lived through the intensity of January football. In order to bring him in, the Raiders cut Thomas Harper, a move that shows they view McCollum as a clear upgrade. On the offensive line, they moved on from Thayer Munford, whose preseason struggles sealed his fate. In his place, they picked up Stone Forsythe, a 6'8" swing tackle who can line up on either side. Forsythe isn't a Pro Bowler tomorrow, but his size and mentality give this team more reliable depth than they had before. Brennan Jackson is another name worth watching. His non-stop motor and edge-setting ability make him a perfect fit for the kind of physical football Carroll wants. And then there's Amari Cooper. This pickup is bigger than just adding another wideout. Cooper brings experience, technical mastery, and reliability. Younger receivers can watch his route running and see how the best separate from defenders. On third downs, when the Raiders need someone to get open, Cooper's presence changes everything. He doesn't just add talent, he adds stability. The secondary has been the biggest concern for fans, but Carroll sees it as an opportunity. He admitted it's the youngest unit on the roster, but instead of treating that like a weakness, he called it a blessing. Young means fast, young means moldable, and while mistakes will happen, miscommunications, blown coverages, rookie errors, those players will develop under fire. Jeremy Chin has emerged as the stabilizer, while Isaiah has stepped up vocally on the back end. Eric Stokes looks locked in at one corner spot, while the other remains a battle. Carroll isn't worried. He knows clarity comes under pressure, not during preseason. Health-wise, the Raiders are in a strong spot. With only a few bumps and bruises, Carroll emphasized that this bonus week before game prep was all about staying healthy while tightening details. That matters. September football across the league is messy, and the teams that come in with continuity and health already have an edge. One of the more intriguing storylines is Kenny Pickett's arrival. Traded into a new system, he showed up with exactly the right mindset. He knows it's Geno Smith's team and he isn't trying to stir drama. Instead, he jumped into meetings and practiced immediately, determined to catch up on the playbook. It helps that the system's concepts feel familiar to him, thanks to his college background under Mark Whipple. The terminology is different, but the plays make sense, and he's already reaching out to Whipple to make the transition smoother. His chemistry with Geno is another asset. They trained together all offseason, so the respect and camaraderie were already there. Pickett has also made it a point to put in extra work. He's staying during the off week to throw with Amari Cooper, making up for the time he missed during the offseason. That's commitment. He even singled out Brock Bowers, praising the rookie's advanced ability to separate in coverage during one-on-one drills. Those little details, recognition, communication, respect for veterans, are why Pickett feels like the perfect QB2 for this team. He's not here to push Geno out, he's here to prepare, grow, and be ready when called upon. Taken. Together, this roster doesn't look like a patchwork job or a holdover from the last regime. It looks intentional. Pete Carroll is clearly reshaping the Raiders' identity, focusing on toughness, competitiveness, and a culture that doesn't tolerate excuses. The captains embody it. The roster moves reinforce it. Even the backups like Pickett are fitting into it. Yes, there will be early bumps. Young secondaries always take lumps in September. But with the leadership in place, the depth being fortified, and the culture finally pointing in the right direction, this team doesn't just look like it's holding ground, it looks hungry, it looks like it's ready to prove itself, and for Raider Nation, that might be the most important win of all heading into weekend.